Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Gemini, June 22, 2022. You can draw a lot of energy from your reflections and deeper thought today, and you can quietly accomplish much. You prefer to move about with few distractions and happily in your own world. Even though you're often preoccupied today, you're very aware of others. In the first half of the day, you can feel torn between business and pleasure with a Sun-Venus semi-square in play. Watch for agreeing to something just to make a problem go away temporarily. It's tempting, but keep in mind that, by doing so, you're borrowing from your future. Your attention is divided: either your relationships distract you from your work or chores, or you're not entirely present in your relationships because you're thinking about your duties. In truth, the drive towards either area of life is strong these days, and you have all the tools to do both well. Today you will consolidate all the romantic gains you have made over the past weeks. There is a very comforting and solid energy in the air. It is a great time to share feelings in a sensitive and moving way. There is a real flow, and the vibrations are wonderful for creating a great mood of harmony. Perhaps you won't feel so much passion, but simply that it is good to be together. What is on your mind? On the outside, you are a peaceful, sociable colleague to work with. But on the inside, since the moon is glowing in Pisces, you could be secretly critical. Maybe you are frustrated with a coworker or a project, since you may feel like something is not working the way it should. If the nitpicky lunar energy seems to weigh you mentally down, you should consider working alone today. You may accomplish more with less stress by taking on a solo project at work. A friendly aspect between the moon, as it makes its monthly visit to an intuitive and imaginative part of your chart, and Uranus in your financial sector, is a monthly event. The difference this time is that 3 days after Mercury returned with the smart head for money needed to get your head in the game and to get money matters moving, this can complement this by inspiring your financial confidence, instincts and imagination. Try to be more modest in your private relations. You tend to think only your views are right and show too little interest for others. This is why you're often perceived as being arrogant or complacent. You must listen to other people's points of view and get off your high horse. Your work or studies will become a lot more appealing and seem to apply more and more to your real life. Go deeper into it and see what happens. Persevering in matters of the heart is to be admired, but if you're still creating confusion through your repetitive pattern of behavior, this needs to be broken. You do have the power to make a breakthrough, and after this phase are able to adopt a more honest approach when new love possibilities become a reality. Wanting to do your best is a wonderful feeling to have, only you might need to learn how to deal with disappointment as well. You tend to put a lot of pressure on yourself to succeed, to do better than average. Your boisterous personality can get you through numerous situations without much effort, but sometimes it's just not about you, and you need to be able to recognize this. Detachment is something many martial arts teach. Consider some such activity. Expect to get more rattled than usual if things don't go quite as you planned. You're sure to notice that you have an even greater need for organization and scheduling on this day. This is what this vibration is largely about. Given your propensity for insisting on doing things your way, any change in what you have planned will throw you off. Be sure that you think before you speak, as an outburst can burn some bridges for you. Be as flexible as you can. While Mars' return to your work sector is going to fire things up on the job front, just as we not only prepare to move into the weekend but over Easter, he is here for the next 6 weeks. On the one hand, this means that you don't have to jump into the deep end, but on the other hand, Mars joins an active team of planets that were never going to slow down for anything. Fortunately, as the moon leaves a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart, it wraps up a visit that has just put how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off to the test. Nearly 6 weeks after Mars not only returned to your romantic sector but arrived aligned with Venus, the planet of love, the warrior planet of the cosmos, finally leaves today. Venus left 9 days ago, but Mars has stayed on, continuing to fuel your romantic passions and fighting spirit, and as he leaves, something to keep fighting for. This is the point when it becomes more about the journey. Our eyes in the sky. The moon is being extremely quiet and chill in Pisces today. This means that it's a great day to communicate your needs to others and reflect on the energy you're putting out into the world. If you'd like to take a step back and focus on yourself, do it. This is one time when you should be putting your needs first. Since the moon is in Pisces, you might feel you're supposed to give yourself freely to others, but now you don't have to do that. Think about whether you want to drain your batteries by giving away your energy or you want to recharge. Don't overdo it, especially since the moon is pretty much inactive. The less you go out and the more you keep to yourself, the better you'll feel. Don't let people push you into giving them extra attention. This is something you'll have to keep in mind throughout the day because you'll want to help even though your body needs to rest. Today, put yourself first no matter what. In the morning, the Pisces moon forms an emotionally taxing quincunx to Chiron in Aries. Today, we seek emotional stability through organization, refinement, and purification. Our to-do list awaits, and we are eager to begin checking off items. However, when we start to make headway, subconscious anxieties prompt us to question the merits of our behavior. Are we really making a difference? Does anything we do really matter? We could be running up against emotional programming from youth when our unique approach to structure was vilified. Subsequently, we adopted more legitimate methods for getting things done, which were probably modeled for us by parents or authority figures. Now, we find ourselves in a position where we could be accomplishing a great deal, but success fails to trigger an endorphin response. In some form or fashion, we aren't being authentic to ourselves, and therefore, failing to meet our own needs. We may have to think more critically about how going through the motions isn't serving us. If we feel a disconnect in our process, what can we do to change our behavior and course correct this issue? Following this, the moon trines Uranus in Taurus, encouraging us to do things differently. Unorthodox behavior is celebrated, and we might receive insights that help us to keep an open mind despite the turbulence. We now perceive less risk in breaking the mold. Although the Pisces moon urges us to keep things in order, we understand how going with the flow makes life less difficult in the long run. When we are open to change, we easily adjust to life's unpredictable moments.